Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tammy. I'm the owner of Walnut Creek Bath Boutique. Today I am making some bath bombs for the little ones. I have a friend, her name's Lindsay. Her kids absolutely love these bath bombs. Whenever they start to run out of these bath bombs, they start to let her know. So she ordered a pretty big order for the bath bombs. She does that a few times a year. She'll order like a big bulk of them. So I'm going to go ahead and get those ready for her today. What I do for these bath bombs is I buy the little grow pills, you know, the little pills that when they hit water, they turn into a sponge animal. My grandkids, when they were younger, loved those things. Easton, every time he took a bath, he had to have a grow pill, you know, bath bomb surprise in there. So it's just always been something I've done, and the kids just love them. I just make them in little ice cube trays, so they're just real little. Last year I started making a bigger bath bomb that actually had a toy dinosaur or a toy fish of sorts in there. So yeah, I brought that out last year, and so Lindsay's ordering some dinosaur bath bombs and the old standby bath bomb surprises. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those ready to make, and I just thought I'd bring you along for the ride. So stick around to watch how I make these kids bath bomb surprises. I make the Grow Pill bath bombs really simple. They're really tiny. They're for fun. They're not really meant to be super indulgent, right? So I make this as a pretty basic recipe. So I have baking soda in here, and in here I have a little bit of olive oil and Polysorbate 80, and these are my colorants over here. And I'm just using dyes, water-soluble dyes for these. So I'm just going to make 4 different colors. So I'm going to go ahead and just get my baking soda dyed. I probably won't use all of this color. It's quite a lot. But this is the most tedious part, is just getting the baking soda colored. It takes a while to do this. Isn't that a pretty color though? I'm getting it moistened before I really get in there. All right, so now I'm just going to smush it. Alright, so now my colors are all mixed in. I'm going to add my Polysorbate 80, my olive oil, and my fragrance oil. Today's fragrance oil is pomegranate and pear, or some pomegranate pear. It's from Be Scented. I had a little 2-ounce sample that I'm going to use. That was my citric acid. And it holds together pretty well with all that oil and the water from the dye. It's a pretty wet mixture on its own without me doing a lot to it. Yeah, looks good. Let me get the grow pills. I just get these on Amazon. These are sea creatures. Let me get these out and ready. My grandkids, when they were younger, they loved these things. I'm just gonna throw, there should be like just six a piece here. Fill this up about halfway, just lightly, and then I'm gonna throw my pills in here. And then then fill it up the rest of the way. And now I'm going to smash. I think I got these ice cube trays at Walmart a while back. They're just like silicone bottomed ice cube trays. And I've always made my bath bomb surprises anyway. I've always made them in these ice cube trays. I've had these things for years. I'm getting them pretty firmly smashed in here. They're reacting a little bit. So that's not what I normally have happen. So that's kind of concerning that they're wanting to react. So I'm going to keep an eye on these and maybe keep pressing them down because they are wanting to react. As long as they stop reacting here in a second, we should be fine. It was probably just too wet. The extra water with the dyes. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let these dry off a little bit and hopefully keep the next 3 colors from reacting too much. They did they finally stopped expanding, but they did expand a little more than I'm comfortable with. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these out carefully. And I already, before I went upstairs, I already made up a new batch of the red. It's less vibrant. Let me get a different piece of paper here. So I'm going to take these and just let them dry, and I'll either gift them or sell them as an oops maybe, because I think, you know, they have stopped the reaction, so I think they're going to be fine, but they're ugly. So alright, so the first batch of bath bombs is done. We have all 4 colors. I sometimes get the colors on top of each other, but there we go. The blue, you can see this one's cracked a little bit. It started to react, but nothing bad. It stopped. Everything looks good. So I'm going to let them set in these ice cube trays at least a day. With the low humidity, I may just let them, I'll probably take them out of the ice cube tray tomorrow and then let them sit another day or 2 to dry out even more before I package them. So now it's time to work on the Dino surprise bath bombs. Those are bigger bath bombs. They're my 6-ounce bath bombs. So they kind of have to be the big because the toys are big. Let me get the toys out and I'll show you. These things are the cutest. I have some, like a sea creature there. I have just all different kinds of bath bomb or dinosaurs. There's one. So I'm trying to decide what color. You know, I said earlier that I was going to make an orange, and I ended up making yellow. And let me show you why. I do this every time. Every time. You think I'd learned my lesson. But that is yellow, number 5. And it's very orange. And so I don't even think. I just grab that orange bag and I end up with yellow every time. So maybe my first batch will be orange. Let's get a real orange bath bomb going and we'll put some dinosaurs. Alright, so here's my orange. It doesn't look like much now, but once I get the wet ingredients in here, it'll really turn more vibrant. Pretty much the same recipe as the other. Look at that. Fun. The only difference is I'm using cherry fragrance instead of the pomegranate pear. Really, that's the only difference. I think the ratios are pretty much the same. You can probably hear what's going on upstairs. I have the door shut in here, but we're redoing our banister. Our stairway goes through the floor to the basement, and my husband is up there drilling. So if you hear some noise, that's him. Ah, it doesn't. Kind of sounds a little dicey up there, doesn't it? You can just see how wetting that ingredient, that dye, just really brings out the colors. It's kind of hard to know how much dye to put in your mixture too, because you have to always keep in mind that it will get a lot darker when it gets wet. And, you know, it's really, really hard sometimes to know if you need to add a binder. But I am going to add just a few spritz of water. Alright, so I use an arbor press to press all of my bath bombs that aren't, you know, otherwise molded. First things I'm going to do is just weigh off 6 ounces. Or, not actually there. I'm going to weigh off about 3 ounces or so. And then stick a dinosaur in there. And then put the rest in. There you go. Okay, so to explain what I'm doing, I have a Kata mold here. I get these off Etsy. And I'm just gonna put the bottom in here. And I go just a little over 6 on my scale here. Cap it, give it a little squeeze, and then press. I always move the Kata mold around the press so that I don't have one pressure point. Pull it through. And then, little tap. I have Christmas ornaments that I got from Amazon. Just, oh, part of my dinosaur sticking through. Just keep their shape while they're drying. And that's it. I love my ArborPress. It makes life so much easier. This is starting to dry out a little bit, so I'm going to kind of move up a little fast in my speed here. Let's do a green one. All right, we're done with the kids' bath bombs. I am super happy with them. So I have the, let me try to make sure it focuses a little bit. That's the greenish one. The yellow that was supposed to be orange, but it is yellow. And then the blue and the pink. So those are fun. The ones that reacted, those are gifts. So Gabby, my little granddaughter, she'll get one. And then I have a coworker, Tara. Her daughter loves bath bombs, so her daughter's going to get one. And Lindsay's kids will probably get a couple too. So just some special little gifts for the little ones in my life. And then, yeah, I was really happy with the dinosaur ones. So this one actually cracked a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. You know, they sometimes will crack, but it's hard with the toys because they'll push out a little bit. So sometimes those dinosaurs are just almost too big, but I'm making it work. And then orange. I finally have an orange one for real. So I gotta get that. I need to put those in other jars and label them a little bit easier for me so I know what I'm getting. But I'm done. If you want to watch how I package these, I'm going to do another video just in packaging and how I package all my bath bombs. I've changed the way I package them now that I have the National Shrink Wrap system, and I'm loving it. It's definitely a learning curve that I've not mastered, but I'm willing to show you that if you're willing to forgive the fact that I'm just not that good at it yet. But I'm going to go ahead and do all of my bath bombs that I made over the last week or two and package those up all at one time, and I'll just bring you along for that. So if you haven't subscribed and you want to see that video, subscribe and maybe even hit that notification bell. That way you'll know when I upload a video. And guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.